Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Did I forget? Damn, I did. No news this morning. So we'll see what the market gives us. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? How was your weekend? Oh my God, did I? First trade is a win. Alright, I have to go get water. I'm gonna drive myself crazy if I don't. Let's put this like that. I'll be right back. All right. Spice I ate last week. Catching up with me? Oh no. You gotta get that under control, honey. Listen, ain't nothing like spice when it has to come out. Mm-mm. You had more spice on Friday. Nah, Amelia. Now Amelia. Oh no. Yeah, you tripping. You didn't care about your digestive system at all. I'm weak. Only if you haven't reset. Yeah, and I think, what do they give them, like 2 resets per week or something like that? I'm not surprised that the company is kind of like basically encouraging it because it helps them to make more money, you know what I mean? I'm not surprised at all. That's all. Thought we were gonna push down off VWAP right there. Two a week is. It really is. Good morning, New. How are you this morning? But we are not surprised at all. But at the same time, I guess for me, just knowing that knowing the type of competition it is, I'm pretty sure they knew that people were going to be over trading, super heavily over leveraging because of what the prizes are. I think the one good thing is that part of the prizes is, you know, you get prizes specifically for your community. I think that's super dope. All right, I'm still marking out like point of control, value area high and low, but I'm not really using them as levels anymore, at least for now. Oh gosh. All right, so what I'm going to be doing this week is going back to bid ask. However, now I might have opened up more possibilities at entries because of me opening up my stop loss, which I partially believe was the issue and why bid ask was not going to work out very well the last time I was using it, which was like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I did not finish doing the new analysis sheet and all of that stuff. But last night, because I know I had kind of a pretty busy weekend, to be honest with you. And last night I just went ahead and at least went through all of the data I have to mark out like when the price level was reacting to and relying on point of control, value area high or low, basically, just to see if that made a difference, and it did. So I told you guys, I think on Friday, that I realized that the overnight high and low that's on my chart is basically the London Open, the London 30-minute opening range, which for me, even though I have the New York opening range on my chart, they aren't levels for me. Like, it's nice to know, okay, we're finally out of the range, we're not out of the range kind of thing. But if my entry bar like touches it or something, it doesn't affect my trading. So I was like, I wonder if the same thing can be said about um the overnight high and low levels that are on my chart. And yeah, basically the same thing. So that was important. And then I felt like because point of control and the value area high and low are dynamic levels, um, that I could possibly ignore them, especially because for the most part, my value area high and low were not even working until like what, a month and a half ago. So, but the results from the different volume and order flow combinations were pretty much the same. So that kind of let me know that like they probably don't matter. So we'll see long term, but I'm pretty sure. And for now, I'm still, at least for now, until I do finish that analysis sheet, which is probably going to take me the whole week, honestly. Um, I'm not going to take trades inside of the change level at all, unless it's, top or bottom, the consolidation zone it creates. But I'm pretty sure at some point it's going to be that I can take it as long as it's attached to a level. But we'll see. But you can see basically what the consolidation zone looks like on the time-based chart right there. So we'll just see if we can break out either way. Ooh. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Oh yeah, you guys. So I took my nephew to my best friend's son's birthday party yesterday, right? Now, first of all, he told me last week, or no, 2 weeks ago, that he wanted to go. I don't think he realized that his siblings were not gonna go with him. The place said is from 0 to 8, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't have anybody in there over the age of 5, to be honest. But either way, so yesterday when my auntie took him home because they live close to me, so that he could get ready, his siblings were going somewhere else. So he was crying because he wanted to go with them and blah blah blah. He gonna tell he gonna tell his daddy, this is the worst day ever. And so he's like, look, you going with your TT. Period. You're not going with them. And his dad was like, I don't even understand why he crying. He don't even like going to them people's house that they was going to anyway, right? So he says, well, Daddy, are you going to? He said, no, you going with your TT. This is the worst day ever. He's so dramatic. So they ended up dropping him off at my house, and everything was cool. And so I asked him, I was like, "You sure you want to go to the birthday party?" He's like, "Yeah, I want to go." So when we first walk in, he's like super shy because people are saying hi. He don't know these people. He's like standing behind me, holding on to me, and I'm like, "You of all people finna act like this? I'm not finna deal with this at all." So as soon as he saw the stuff that he could play with, it's called Play Museum. So they have like a bunch of different like magnetic tiles and magnetic blocks and just regular blocks, and they have all these little like construction type of like little toys that they can play with. But then on the walls there's like four houses on each side. Um which I mean it's just like a couple of walls and little archways for them to walk into, but they're like different setups. So like one of the setups was like a doctor's office, so it had the little board where you say the different letters to test your vision. They had like a little fake defibrillator, they had some crutches in there, just different stuff like that. They had another little one that was set up like a house where they had like a little fake washer and dryer with some fake clothes and a baby doll and that kind of thing. Then they had another one that looked like it was set up like a grocery store, so it had like different foods and stuff, and they had like a little checkout cash register. So they just had different stuff like that. So after he saw all that stuff, baby, he was gone. He wasn't paying me no mind, okay? I was making sure, I went to check on him a couple times, but the place is kind of small, so you can kind of see everybody. Um, and so I ended up having to like rip him off of one of the toys. I'm like, "Hey, we need to wash your hands so you can go eat some pizza." So he ate two slices of pizza. And so after that, he went to go finish playing. So at some point, he wanted to go in this like little corner that had like more blocks and stuff. He's like, "TT, can I go over there?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." He was like, "Can I go play over there?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "Well, can you come watch me?" I'm like, "Sure." So initially he wasn't playing well with other kids, but I think it's because he's so used to his siblings taking things from him. I'm like, "No, they're not trying to take stuff from you. They're trying to play with you." So he got real acquainted with my best friend's son and then a couple of other little boys over there, and he just had so much fun, y'all. So much fun. Yeah, he is hilarious. I can't. So before we went though, we went to Ross so I could get a birthday gift because me and my mom had already got him a gift for his actual birthday a couple months ago. But I'm like, I don't want to walk into a party empty handed, so I got him like a little $10 toy or whatever. So while we were in Ross, I said, "Do you want to pick out a toy?" I asked my nephew, and he's like, "Yeah." So he picked something up. He was like, "Oh, TT, I've never had this before," and it was this Batman thing that it was like a car that can transform into like three different things. So he was in heaven. So um it was probably like 15 minutes left there. We were there for about an hour and some change. So he walks up to me out of nowhere. He's like, "TT, can I go open my toy now?" I said, "Okay, you ready to go?" He was like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So I got his party favor and I was like, "Here, hold this for a second while I say bye to everybody." Child, next thing you know, as he was walking towards the little gate that we have to go out of to get out, he saw this thing on the wall that he hadn't played with. Child, I saw him turn back around and run to me. He said, "TT, never mind. I'm not ready to go yet. I gotta go play with this." I said, "Okay." So I took his little party favor. He was over there in heaven. So the thing he wanted to play with on the wall, there was like this magnetic board, and so they had these little tubes and half tubes and circles and all these different things that had like a magnet attached to them. And basically you could rearrange it however you wanted to, and it had little balls with it so that you can drop the ball from the top and it goes through whatever little tube maze that you create. Y'all, he was, listen, if he could have been on that the whole time, he probably would have, if he noticed that when we first walked in. So he was able to play with that. So as we walk out, I said, "Well, did you have fun?" He said, "I had so much fun." And I was like, "Really?" And I said, "So you glad you came?" He was like, "Yeah, I had so much fun, TT." So we get in the car, and so I opened up his party favor. So they did it real cute. So my best friend's son, he likes like toys that are either cars or like construction vehicles. He loves like naming dump truck and excavator and things like that. He's only 2 years old, by the way. Excavator is his favorite. And so what they did was they bought a bunch of those plastic hard hats, like the thinner plastic that you could make into party favors. So it was a hard hat, and it had usually some kind of construction truck toy in there. They use these brown thicker streamers to make like dirt. They had like this rock that was in there, these construction cones, and then it had like etch a sketch and like a few things like that. It was so cute. So I let him open that while we were in the car. Y'all, I'm halfway down the highway and he goes, Cohen's gonna be so jealous. Cohen's his 7-year old brother, by the way. I said, what? He said, yeah, TT. Cohen's gonna be so jealous. He's gonna be like, ooh, I wanna try. I wanna play. Ooh, I wanna try. Baby brother, can I try? He said he always does that. I'm like, boy, be quiet. So I drop him off, and as soon as he walks in the door, guess what I got? I'm like, oh Jesus. But he wasn't saying it in like a make you jealous type of way. It was like, ooh, look what we have so we can play together kind of thing. So they were trying to open up the little Batman toy, and I'm like, hey, let your daddy help y'all while he walked me out the door first, and then he can help y'all. So they were in heaven, child. But he was so happy he went. Did he make new friends? Yeah, he did. He actually, like, I would say the last 30 minutes or so, he was like pretty much playing with a few of the little boys. But then, like, when the little boys ran off, shoot, my nephew didn't care because he was like doing what he really, really wanted to do. They had like these little race tracks that were like, they were kind of like acrylic, kind of, but it had magnets in there. So he was like, making the little racetrack and putting the little cars on there and stuff. So just know he had fun, okay? He had a blast. And I was so happy that he went. Because him talking about it's the worst day ever, child. I ain't got time for that. The boy crazy. Just crazy. Same. I would take a buy off this if we clear the green level, like, but we just did not. All right, never mind. Oh, that's some news that just happened just now? Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, I haven't been using financial juice lately. Look how we're still in this range. Every time we come out, we create the wick on the 5-minute chart and blast right back down into the range. This is a pretty good sell I had up there. I cannot find my... It's red? All right, I'm looking now. Oh wait, it didn't. I don't know why my Chrome does this. All right, there it goes. Ah, I see. It's red in the middle. Good to know. Good to know. You should have traded Dow. You're looking into trading Dow now? Did NASDAQ screw you over? Kind of supposed to be in that 5 ink. Oh, no, I wasn't. E, please come back down. I looked at the wrong level. I'm gonna get hoed. Oh my God, I'm so mad. I looked at the wrong level. That sucks. That's okay though. I should be in the buy though. Damn, I hold myself on that sale. Sorry, hopefully we can make it back. Cool. Damn, I'm so mad. And I had time to. The bar was already closed. I looked at the wrong thing. It's because I forgot to color code the levels on my cheat sheet, so I kind of screwed myself. Well, I forgot to color code it for that line item only, which is crazy. But at least I was able to catch that I was supposed to be in this buy right here. So it worked out. We got it back. We got it back. We got it back. All right. Damn, I would be up 2 trades right now. That's cool though. C62. Try to see if we can get a sell in. Oh, that's late. Damn, I was gonna say I'm about to set the break even. I got in late. It's all right. Worked out. It was still valid, but I definitely got in a little late. Sorry, let me go back. I actually was trading for once. Some of the cool gadgets and toys kids go crazy over. Yes, child. You can invent something that kids really like. You can make so much money because they will beg and scream and cry and plead until they get it. Russell and Wine are dumping, so there might be a reason. Or could be because it's Monday. Got you. You eating good off gold though? Keep telling Applejack what she is. Cute. You know what? I do too. So me and Applejacks are like this. Except she has at least been looking around a little bit though. Y'all gotta give her that. She been trading other stuff here and there. Another 3K pre-market. Nice. Nice, nice. How long were you in that trade, Janelle? Pre-market follow through is very nice on YM. Around what time, like start to end? Like pre-market like 7 a.m. or pre-market like literally from, you know, the nights open until before New York open? Oh, it's down 400 points from the open. Wow. Gold ran up almost 500 points in London. Good morning, Trenches. Sorry, I'm catching up. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? So watch took a short on gold last night. Got burned on the trade day account. Was it the cup account? Pretty sure this is. Oh yeah, you got to be talking about the cup account then. Ay ay ay. No. You literally traded blind, no technical. Girl, these people don't care about technical analysis. They don't even want to be good traders. That most of them will literally say out of their mouths they don't care about being good traders as long as they are profitable in prop firms. They don't care. They don't care one bit. Are we going back into the zone? Yep. All right, we're back into the zone. He's talking about it before he signed off. $30-minute trade, nice. Took 2 trades all together. Nice, nice. Sounds about Chanel's crazy. Oh gosh. Did that touch that? No, we were 1 tick from touching it. So far, decent session. I should actually be up like, what's 44? Like 210 per account, I think. Wait, how many trades did I take? One, two, oh no, I actually should be up. I should be up $300 per account actually. Damn. Sam. But that loss for the one, I gotta, you know what? That's what we gonna do. Make sure I keep that color coded properly. All right, well, because we moved up a little bit when we did break out, the zone moved up just a tad. At least the bottom of it did. So we moved from like 29.50 up to 133.25 basically. That's where the consolidation zone is now. Now, if we wasn't inside of the zone, I would have taken this sell right here. I would still be in it because the stop loss is higher. Oh, there would have been the no. Yeah, that would have been the loss right there. That's why I think I'm just gonna trade the top and bottom of it, just like you would any other range, and leave it at that. If it keeps me out of trades, it just keeps me out of trades, at least for right now. Okay. Well, back to the top of it. Let's see, double bottom in the middle. Man, the barcoding on the 5-minute chart is crazy. Wonder. Oh, y'all want to know what something crazy? This is exactly the zone that was there on Friday. Let me see. I'm gonna go back to Friday. And look, this was pretty much the exact consolidation zone from Friday. Couldn't have been drawn more perfect. I'm selling dope. Very, very interesting. I can look for a buy as long as the point of control stays low and the delta becomes efficient. There's a double top here, but there's a lot of volume in this bar, so it should be all right. Point of control moved up. That invalidates that. I wanted it to stay low. There's some leaves on some lithium gold stocks. Ooh, up over 41% on each. Nice. And you said leaps were the one that you hold for a year, right? Switching up the portfolio strat this year. We need a milli, period. Period. Almost identical. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if, oh, wait, hold on. That's not. Just in case that doesn't go up another bar or two to attach the zigzag. Oh, that's as far back as my data goes. All right. Yeah, and these were like newer highs on the second. Oh, nice. We have a push out. Okay. This starts with a double top, so I'm gonna wait for the pullback. Just see what's up with this. Hopefully we can actually push out of this, because that was the high, at least for the time that I traded in my session. That was where price kind of got stuck in the New York session, and then we dropped like, I don't know, about 80 points from there. Actually, yeah, we never got higher than that the rest of the session. All right. So if I go back to, if I could find my mouse, we go back to Friday. You can see we dropped from that zone, came back up into the zone, dropped back down, into the zone, dropped back down, and we stayed below it until market closed. Very interesting. Shaping up to be a bear pennant on the 5-minute chart. I don't think I've ever heard of that candlestick pattern. About to go look it up. Oh. Oh, yes, I have. Basically like the flag. All right, let me see. Ah, yeah, I see what you mean. So the flag is when, okay, I see the difference. So the flag is more so like when the lines are kind of like parallel, and then the pennant is when it's kind of, I never knew that because I've always just heard bull flag, bear flag type shit. I don't think I've ever heard pennant before. But I see that, well, at least this particular website shows how they're a little bit different. Very interesting. It's definitely looking like it. options with over 1 year expiration date. Okay, okay. I couldn't remember if it was like exactly 1 year or over 1 year or under. Still not gonna increase tick charts over 21. No, I'm definitely gonna stay on the 20 tick chart. Um, just because when 424, I feel like it's kind of the sweet spot when the market is choppy or when it's trending. And I feel like I'll also get more opportunities. Like the higher I go, the less trades I'll get, which is not really a problem, but that also depends on the market conditions as well though. So I feel like when the market is like volatile or not, the 20 tick chart kind of works. Now, I did increase my stop loss, which I think that's where I'm going to stay because even looking over my old data from bid ask, a lot of okay, so the reason why I switched back to up down tick last week, because 2 weeks ago I was trading bid ask, is because I felt like I didn't have as many opportunities to trade. Like there were a couple of days where I had no trades because I had to be so much more strict on the volume and order flow combinations that I like, mainly because there were certain combinations where it wins, but it's gonna stop me out by like 1 to 3 ticks first. And because I was so hell bent on not increasing my stop loss, well, then it just made it to where I couldn't, trade that way. So now that I've opened up the stop loss, that's why I went back yesterday and I was like, I wonder if bid ask would be better because um you're basically trading with the aggressive traders, which sometimes I feel like a trade has a really decent setup, but I could tell that if I was on the bid ask setting, it would show me that like the market is exhausting and that the delta is not as efficient as it looks like it is on up down tick. And with bid ask, you're able to see absorption and things like that a lot better. So that's why I switched back today. And in doing so, like I said, I think I'll have more opportunities now that I've opened up my stop loss, which I think was like the most important thing, was doing that. But I just didn't want to have a super negative risk to reward ratio, which right now I think I'm at like 0.75 or something, which is not the most horrible. So I can deal with that. 866. But yeah, so we'll see. Get some scalping. 4 for 6. Nice. What's your target trenches? Like how many ticks is your TP? High point keeps getting low on the bear pennant, but I usually don't trust pennant patterns on the futures. Are they pretty inconsistent, or are they just kind of inconsistent on NQ because of how volatile and whippy it could be? All right, I moved the consolidation zone, the bottom of it, up again, because that's pushing out at the top over there. It moved the bottom up. Yeah, we're breaking out of it now. Untrusted 60% chance of meeting the target on the downside. Even less with the bull pennant. So you basically, like, when you start to see the pennant pattern for you, is more so like just wait for it to choose a direction and then you can start trading again? Or is that when you decide like, okay, I'm just gonna scalp for however many ticks at a time? Thought we had a chance of pushing up. All right, now I'll have to look for the sell off the top of it. If we reverse and use the green level as resistance. Scalp because I don't trust the long move. Got you, Elizabeth. That's some unfavorable market news. I got you. So how many ticks are you going for on your scalps with the way that the market is right now? Dope. To 20 ticks, got you. Yeah, 20's not bad at all. I feel like for the most part, no matter what the market conditions are, I feel like 5 to 7 points you can almost always get out of the market. You know, obviously, if you have a good entry criteria to make sure you don't get caught up in the chop, even though you're trading the chop. Good morning, Prayer. How are you this morning? Good morning. Good morning. How was your weekend? Split me should just wait for a direction or be done. I feel that. But I think it's kind of hard. Not to say it's hard, but I think for me, like, I feel like no matter what the market conditions are, I should be able to trade. Even if I have to make some kind of slight adjustment, like for instance, when the market is super choppy like this and we keep going in and out of the consolidation zone, just making sure that when we're in the consolidation zone, I'm only trading the top and bottom, but I could still get opportunities. I I know there's people who, oh, I don't trade on these kind of days or whatever, but all right, well, if you don't trade on choppy days, that's fine, but who's to say when the market is going to break out? It could start off choppy and break out, or it can start off a trending day and turn into chop. What if it's choppy for a whole week? What if it's choppy for 2 straight weeks? Are you not going to trade at all? I think the better thing to do is to figure out how can I best identify which market I'm in, if the market looks like it's going to start changing, and how to adjust my strategy based on what the market is giving me. But a lot of people don't want to put in the work to do that though. Smith a gambler now. Your trading is bad today. The chop is getting you, Pred. Have you at least reduced your risk? Or are you done trading for the day? It sounds like he's back to micros and slow. Yeah, he was doing quite a bit for a minute. He was. I think he also was like trying different things though too, which was probably contributing to the churn and burn. You know, a lot of these guys, once they start getting those affiliate commissions and they keep going up and up and up, they just turn into who they are without it. You still trading? Got you. But no, I think the few times that I tuned in to him, he was like trying different stuff. I think because probably whatever way he was trading, you know, he was kind of break even on or struggling a little bit, and so he was trying out different stuff. Because I even saw that he made a couple of videos that were like talking about different strategies and stuff. This touched the bottom right here to the tick, literally. The level is at 39.50 and that's the low of this bar. However, it's right after a 1 bar pullback, which I don't take those right now. I really want to see if we break out of the bottom. Even if we bounce off the bottom, that's fine too, but I want us to do something. The bottom has moved up like twice, I think, but it looks like we might try to push off of the bottom. We'll see what happens. Right now, it's still considered an uptrend. The blue level hasn't turned red yet. All right, now it did. All right. Let's see how far we break out of the bottom. Not really interested in buying. I mean, this is technically still the bottom of the range, but I'm not interested in buying at the bottom right now, just based on volume. What is that number? 2.8. Yeah, I'm really just looking for the pullback right now. I'd rather us pull up to like maybe 143 or something before we drop. We're still kind of close to this resistance level. I don't really want to take the sell that close to it. It's like 4 points. All right, let's see what we do now. I do want us to react off the bottom though. Except that's not gonna be it. The buyers are in control of the point of control, which is not what I'm looking for. All right, so we'll switch gears. All right, we just cleared the level again. Is this how you found me? Yeah, I used to be in his streams a lot more, but now, honestly, because I'm having to take less and less time journaling and all the other stuff, literally once I'm done journaling, I don't watch nobody anymore for real. Now I might have somebody on while I'm journaling, but that's pretty much it. So I just kind of stopped. Nothing with him though. I'm supposed to be in this trade and it might take off on me. I'm gonna move the TP. Oh, well. The sell rotation level popped up out of nowhere, so I would have went ahead and TP there anyway. Because right now I still don't know when I want to, try to hold through a level and not hold through a level. So I rather just right now just set the TP there, maybe a few ticks below it, because we very rarely touch it in reverse. But just a quick little scalp. Have y'all ever have y'all ever heard the song I Hope by Jay Lewis? I downloaded this the other day because somebody took a portion of it on TikTok. I feel like they were in healthcare or something. I don't remember. But either way, I was like, what the hell song is this? This song is insane. Do y'all hear me? I'm listening to it right now in my headphones. This song is crazy. This song is crazy as hell. Isn't doing the affiliate and trade and pay monthly videos anymore. He did say stream view his affiliates has gone down a lot. You know what? Mine for Apex this past month went down significantly. Like I didn't even look to see what it was because I get the emails every day to see, how much it is on a daily basis. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I don't trip. It is what it is. But to see what I was at the month prior and then last month, it's like a huge dip. Like I'm talking extreme significance, probably down like 90 something percent, probably 95. But doesn't sound familiar. Y'all have to listen to this song. This song is insane. We're trying to work, I would. Even though you would have been targeting 118. That's pretty close. It's like 2 points below yesterday, Friday's point of control. All right, let's see. We're back at the bottom of the consolidation zone. Now it's too much volume there. It's too much effort right now. You're not buying accounts like you did. I think a lot of people aren't. I mean, things are just changing. Some people are just getting better where they don't need all of those accounts and stuff. Like I said, for me, I'm grateful for anybody who uses my code. I'm grateful for any affiliate commissions that I get. And I don't spend money like that anyway. You know what I mean? So for me, what I have made has been saved up quite a bit. So, yeah, I'm very appreciative. For me, my biggest focus has always been like, I just want to get to the point where I am taking payouts. That's what I care about. Mm, trying to reject. Mm, yep, that's why I didn't do it. Too efficient. It's not what I'm looking for at the moment. All right, well, this is basically clearing again. So let's see what happens. Man, we are trying so hard. Volume is pretty heavy. You can see here 674 versus 2,000 plus and counting. See 495. It almost went. It almost went. I was gonna get into a buy if it did. It almost went. Sellers took back over. We just went from positive 138 delta to negative 10. That was a crazy flip. We are now at the bottom of the opening range, the 30-minute opening range. And we're back inside of it. Three. What a push. And we're going right back to the bottom of the... All right, where we changed to a downtrend. Don't like how close we are here though. It's probably only got a minute left before I'm done, but this is kind of what structure looks like. So we broke down on the downside, rejection 1, 2, came back up, rejected a third time. Now we just hit it a fourth time. I was gonna get into the buy if it worked out, but literally the point of control is neutral. See. Point of control is neutral. I was waiting on it too. All good though. All right, so let's talk about today. If I can find, here we go. All right, so it looks like I took 5 trades. Oh yeah, I took 5 trades. There were 3 full wins, a loss that I wasn't supposed to be in. I read my cheat sheet wrong. How nice. And then there was a partial win in there where I just went ahead and took profit because we were approaching a major level. So not a bad day whatsoever. What I like the most is the fact that we were super choppy, barcoding literally the majority of the session, but I still was able to get trades in. I still was able to win those trades on top of that. So that makes me pretty happy. So gained almost 250 on both accounts, which is really nice because one of the accounts is now back less than $1,000 from passing, which this is the account that was less than $400 from passing. And yeah, just screwed it up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna show you guys my accounts. Yes, very nice green for money. I'm not gonna lie. Last night when I was preparing for the week, which just is me journaling like the news events for the week and stuff like that, which I like doing because if there's any changes to the news, which there's probably going to be this week, there's a lot of tentative stuff just because of the government shutdown and stuff like that. But I'm always kind of leery about Mondays with no news events because I feel that it's usually super choppy. And that's exactly what we had today, however. And I'm also happy because me changing back to bid ask from up down tick and me having a good day because I think 2 weeks ago I just didn't have that great of a week, mainly because I wasn't able to get into very many trades. But like I said earlier, I think me opening up my stop loss has opened up more volume and order flow combinations for me with using bid ask. So let me tell you guys. So I went back into Chat GPT. I think this was Friday because I still kind of was on the fence of which setting do I use. That's why I've been kind of flipping back and forth each week because I just don't know. But as I said before, the only reason I wanted to do up down tick is because it provided more opportunities, yes, which is fine. But sometimes I feel that when the bar closes, it looks so strong of a close, the efficiency of the delta and things like that. But then it's almost as though that 40 ticks that the market had to reverse in order to paint that reversal bar, that was all the oomph that the market had. And so I was feeling like it only is like that because I'm not trading with the aggressive buyers and sellers, since in order to do that, you have to trade with bid ask. So basically, I asked ChatGPT about it. And I literally wrote in my journal, I think up down tick is not right long term because too many trades are delta efficient with literally no follow through right after the reversal bar closes. And so ChatGPT just basically said an up down bar can be strong or efficient while bid ask isn't, and shows the strength was fake. Like bid ask will show you that the strength was not real. Mainly because bid ask will do a better job of showing you passive absorption and lift and weak lifting of the market. And so that's what causes the stall and reverse, but I can't see that on up down tick. And so it said up down tick is more so outcome momentum, where bid ask is you're trading with a source of momentum, and outcome momentum isn't durable long term unless the source of the push was strong enough to sustain it, which means you need to trade with bid ask, right? And so a lot of times the point of control will even be different on them. One will show a trap in the wick, the other will show a continuation in the bar, in the body of the bar. So that's the other problem. And so it was just saying that retail traders can print the reversal bar, but probably can't sustain the continuation to the push, towards my TP that I'm looking for. Whereas the aggressive traders can print the same bar, but has a higher chance of driving the market where I want it to go. So we'll see. I just got a lot more to do as far as making the new analysis sheet. I'm just going to kind of do maybe like 10 days per day until I'm done. 10 days of data per day, or maybe 5, because I have quite a bit to get through. But we'll see. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, let me show you guys the accounts, and then I'm going to go journal and get some more of this conversion done. Here we go. All right, so this is what the accounts are looking like. So yeah, we're less than $1,000 away from passing this account. This account renews, I think, like around the 15th or something. So I'm gonna start multiplying contracts at some point, but I basically have about 4 or 5, like 6 more days left. And if I get some good trades in while only doing about 3 contracts per trade, like those last 4 days or so, as long as I can have 3 to 5 trades per day and I do really well with them, I think that I can pass that one by the time it's time to renew, but we'll see. So, but yeah, guys, that's it for me. I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hopefully the market does a little something now that I'm off of it, because that was a lot to kind of sit through, and I can't imagine sitting through that for any longer. But thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.